Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to BizChicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today we're here talking with my partner and co-host, Ms. Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. And we want to give a shout out to everybody over in the clubhouse. We want to say good morning, good morning, good morning. For those of you watching on the replay, as well as those of you tuning in live. So today we're going to be talking about thought management. Oh my gosh. Francine, you're actually driving. Okay, good. All right. But you're not driving. I'm good. Good with that.
Nope, not driving.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
a passenger today.
Very good. Okay, I can live with passenger. Okay. I just wanted to assure everyone that you were, because we can see that you're moving, to assure everyone that you are not over there trying to drive and pay attention to us. All right.
No, I think Macy's
Yeah,
back
yeah.
there.
So let me put this banner up while you introduce the subject, okay?
So everybody's heard of time management. We've heard of, uh, yeah, time management, money management. But what about mind management or thought management? Because how we think, how our mind works
Mm-hmm.
is directly affects our life
Mm-hmm.
in all areas: friends, family, fitness, finance, fun. All of it is affected by our mind management or lack thereof.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So, so that's what we're talking about today: managing our mind, managing our thoughts. Our thoughts control everything, and like you said this morning, um, we can manage our thoughts if we want to. We can
mm-hmm.
control our thoughts. We get to decide what thoughts we're going to think or what thoughts we allow to stay or take up residence.
Exactly. So some of the things that we're managing in our minds are faith, family, fitness, fertilizer, fun. Did I leave one out? What makes you think? Are there six or are there five?
There's six: faith, family, fitness,
Fertilizer, fun,
fertilizer, fun, finance.
fun. And this is the business channel, right?
Hmm.
Okay. Oh my goodness. And finance. Because
Yep,
all of us bitch chicks need to wrap our minds around what's going on with our finances. Okay.
right. So mind managing your mind, not letting it just wander and go
Hmm.
think wherever it wants to go. Have daydreaming is great, imagining is great, and you should do those things. But then there are some places you don't go down dark streets and hang out over there.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. That makes sense. And if you find yourself in a strange place or an unfamiliar place that feels uncomfortable and unsafe, you might want to change course.
Right. So you don't go down the dark alley,
Don't go in the basement, people.
especially if there's not any thoughts there that are going to get you to your destination or serve where you want to go.
Exactly. Exactly. So I want to say that when you're doing thought management, folks, try to concentrate on one thing at a time.
Mm,
If a distraction comes along, recognize, hey, that's a distraction. I'm working on this. I dedicated so much time to do this. And when I finish this, or when I get to that time limit, then I'll go over there and deal with that. So, one of the ways I
but
recommend
that's
it, going to help manage that thought, is to write it down if it's something that's really important that you want to do later. If it's just a distraction, like, oh, the shoes are on sale at Macy's, um, you might want to let that go and think about it later.
And if it's important, like you said, write it down and
Write it
then
down.
get back to what you were doing.
Mm-hmm.
There was something we used to do called a push, like a power push, power hour, whatever it takes, where you set a timer and you work for that hour or that 30-minute push
Mm-hmm.
and you didn't stop, and you focused your mind for 30 minutes or 25 minutes or whatever it is. You set the timer, hit the button, and you worked on that one project. You went all in, locked in on the one progress, on the one project that you were focused on, and you
Mm-hmm.
didn't get off track. You didn't stop and go, oh, wait, squirrel, let me go over here. You stayed focused, and you would be amazed as to what you get done by locking in on one project.
Correct. Correct. So then that way you could actually finish. And we've done a couple of conversations around focus, right?
Yep.
So we're asking people to focus.
Right. And the focus means you're going to have to manage your mind because your mind may want to go in different locations, want us to go in different uh, go places you didn't want it to go.
See, I'm just saying, don't let your mind take you on a field trip when you're trying to focus on a project.
Right. And you know you're trying to be in a particular place, but you didn't but you're not locked in to try and get and stay in that place. And you're here and then you're there and then you're everywhere.
Okay? Which basically means you're all over the place.
Right. You you got to lock in. You have to get in there, find out what it is that okay, so we're talking about mastering your mind. So we're going to do the one thing today.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What's the one thing I'm going to work on today?
What is my priority today? And we talked about how to identify personal success. What is the
Yes.
one thing you can do today that's going to make you feel successful?
Right.
How you doing this morning, Maureen?
And as Mark Ward says, what do you consider a success? What's the
Mhm.
thing that you think is a success? Not necessarily what anyone else says is a success. What do you say is a success?
Exactly. Every time I get up and I meet the sun, that's a success for me. And every time I come in here on time, I consider that a success. I showed up.
Right.
And so I'm excited about that. So I consider those successes part of my day that make me know that I have accomplished what I set out to do. Make your goals achievable.
Right. Now, Rika, Maureen says success means different things to different people. And
Correct.
Maureen, you're absolutely right. Rika, she's with Small Gorilla. She's working on something now where she can, help people stay focused on their five um, top things that they need to do for their business every day. The top
Mm-hmm.
five things for your business every day. And you get that into a routine and then you stay there. You are in there. The top five things you need for your routine, for your business routine. What are your five daily do's for your business? Good morning. Good morning,
Linda,
Linda.
what's happening? I hope all is well with you. Yes.
What are your daily do's? What is the
Mhm.
five things that you have to do every day and you get them off your list for your business every day and then you do other things?
Mhm. I like it because once you've done that, then you know, okay, I feel successful today.
Right. I got my daily dues done.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's daily dues are different.
Correct. Some
And
people, their daily dues are to get up, roll out of bed, and just take a few minutes to exercise, be it your arms, your eyes, whatever it is that you can exercise that.
right. And for me, my daily dues involve me. I have to, like you just said, I need to work out. I am
Mhm.
not going to try and work out at the end of the day. That's
No,
not going to work for me. It's like it's probably not going to get done if it's at the end
it's,
of the
I
day.
know it's not going to get done for me at the end of the day. This is, I get up way too early for that. I have plenty of time before my day gets started officially to get that in. And if I don't, then it just sort of gets muddled up and meshed up in between everything else, and it usually does not get done.
Right.
And it throws me off my routine because now it's part of my morning routine.
Right.
Hmm. Yeah. So I just want us to recognize that we are talking today about thought management.
Yep. And do you know what I learned about thought management?
What's that?
You can only think one thought at a time.
Okay. That's why I said don't be entertaining mental field trips while you're thinking about one thing. Think about what you're thinking about. Focus, dedicate time to that
Hmm.
in your mind. This is what I'm doing right now. And a lot of people are like, I can't remember things and da da da. No, what it is you're trying to listen to something while you're focused on something else and you want to know why you can't remember that other thing. It's because you were not tuned in. And now both things are lacking because you've got a divided mind and a divided
Correct.
point of focus. Oh, let
Correct.
me say, it's like having your eyes, the left eye is looking at this and the right eye is looking at that in a different direction. Can you imagine what that would be like?
No, that's
Two
just
two visions in one head.
and okay, not to mention that it's gonna hurt trying to
I mean,
physically.
I'm just thinking, I'm just trying to do it. I'm like, this is crazy. It doesn't even work, does it?
Nope, it does not.
Well, because your
It
eyes are connected to your brain.
right, and the brain is like, something's wrong. What are you people doing?
What do you want to? The brain is asking you, what do you want me to focus your
On.
thoughts on? Mm-hmm.
And you're right. The brain does ask you what you want to focus on.
Mm-hmm.
It constantly is okay. Where are we gonna be? Where are we
Is
gonna
it
be?
this or is it that? Is it that or is it this? Mm-hmm. Well, with that,
Hey
I
Tracy,
just,
hang on. I've got Tracy coming in on the clubhouse over here, and
oh, okay.
Andre and a couple of other people popped in, and I was going to address them. I'm coming off headset on here, so let me change up.
Let me in this room. Okay.
We are over here. We're talking about thought management just a little bit. We had, our thoughts on thought management.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, what we just talked about today, Terry, was we cannot focus in on more than one thing at a time. That'll help us manage our mind.
Mm-hmm.
And make sure my volume is up
Because you
here.
can't be double-minded. And we're talking about the fact that success means different things to different people, according to Maureen. And Maureen, you're right. What are some of the things that make you feel successful in the morning? Linda, I know you have a lot on your plate. If you want to share in the chat the things that make you feel successful We would love to hear that. I know when I roll out of bed, the first thing I do is make the bed. That one thing starts me out with a win for the day. So with that, I'm able to, okay, with that, that one thought starts me out with a win for the day, just making my bed. Let's see.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you fine.
Okay, yeah.
Ma-
So
Maureen says that success for me is living the simple life, getting from the overwhelmed so I can focus on life's things. I
right.
love that. I'm with you, Maureen. I am trying to get down to a minimalist lifestyle. In other words, you know, I don't need all this wonderfulness that I've accumulated. And it's so deep, I can't even find the things I thought would bring me happiness. Maureen says these things include prayer, exercise, and eating healthy meals. I love it.
I like it. I like it. I like it a lot.
That is beautiful because in the end, those are the things that really matter, are they not? Taking care of this body, because it's going to tell on us in the end if we don't. Making sure that our fuel is correct, and
Hmm.
prayer. How you doing this morning, Carlos? So good to have you in the house.
Carlos.
We miss you.
Yeah, so our thoughts control and do a lot of stuff for or against us.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a reminder for today just to mind your thoughts.
Okay, Gotta Be Handmade says, getting my Bible reading done and my husband up to get his meds. You see that those are success stories. We celebrate with you.
Hey, Carlos and Maureen. Um, Getting the workout in if that's important to you. What's important for you today? Just just asking and answering that question. What's important for me today? Maybe that's what we do as part of our daily do. We get up in the morning and we just don't jump up and start running and start doing a bunch of stuff, but get up and stop. And like Terry says, get somewhere and sit down with a notepad or a composition book or something and find out what is my what's important for me today. Because sometimes we're doing stuff on autopilot that
Mhm.
may not be important for you today, but if you stop and think about it, that can actually wait to a couple of days, but this right here is important for me today. That is
Resetting our priorities daily. It's
right.
okay.
What's important for me today? And be okay with if it's not something that's important to somebody else.
Exactly.
This is important to me today. It is important that I go take a walk and enjoy nature today. Go and do that and be okay with that. Get out the door, get outside, get some fresh air. That's very important to you and your well being.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Focusing on what matters.
what works, what's important for you today, and then making sure that you keep your mind focused on that. Uh, where your family and your faith and your fertilizer meaning your personal growth, um, where all that is concerned, what's important for you today? And
Yesterday I had fun. I went to a something I'd never been to before, to a bridal show, and it was very interesting. To see the vendors and what they had to offer, and they actually had a fashion show going on. I love fashion shows. Bridal gowns. They were really gorgeous. And I was like, oh, this is nice. It was new and it was fun, and I was so glad it was on the schedule.
see, we don't schedule fun. we think that, oh, I can't do that right now. I need to stick with the grind. I need to get my work done, because we have been programmed that you don't go have fun until you get your work done.
Mm-hmm,
Well,
mm-hmm.
maybe you need to have fun so you can get your work done.
Relax your mind.
Right.
Mhm. Uh, yeah, it was good, Linda. I really enjoyed it. Um, it was just beautiful, and the photographers with the photo albums were just amazing. The pictures,
Hmm.
like my goodness. So were the prices, but the pictures. But yeah, I mean, it was just beautiful. So I
So,
saw
uh,
something new yesterday.
right. And you get out, and when you see new things, you can experience new things. And as you experience new things, you get new ideas, maybe new ways of doing things. This past weekend, I sat down and played with my phone. Now I have an iPhone 12 Pro. Okay. I needed to figure out, what does this phone
Mm.
do? And I hadn't thought about it. So this weekend, I sat down and I played with my phone.
Yes.
And
Did
that
you
was
find out?
fun for me.
I know you just love technology.
Well, I needed to know what the phone did and what it
Mhm.
could do. And I rewatched the Apple developers
Oh.
event, and
Hmm.
found out that this phone is going to do some amazing things in the new release that's coming up. I found out that my computer will be able to do something called universal control, where I can be on my iPad and slide over and still control my iMac or my MacBook Air. I was like, what? Okay. Because you always could copy and paste from one device. Now you'll be able to move your move your mouse from device to device. You can control what's happening from your MacBook Air on your iPad, just using the mouse and keyboard, or the trackpad on your MacBook Air. You can use it on your
So you
iPad.
can basically slide it from like opening a window, move it from here to there, and now you can control it over here.
Yes,
Okay, I saw that, but I didn't understand what they were talking about.
right. And I was like, that's genius, because if you're working on this and you just want to move that document over to how we've been seeing the stuff on the in the movies, where they're swiping and going from screen to screen. You'll be able to do that type of stuff,
Almost like
except
a
for it'll
hologram.
be.
Well, Carlos says, "What is nature? I live in New York City, but gotta be handmade." Says hashtag schedule
Like a
fun.
fun
Carlos, what do you say here, Carlos? I updated my devices to
to
the
the
beta of the systems. Been enjoying it.
Yes, Carlos, that's what I'm doing too. I'm playing with the beta, because I'm liking Monterey, and which is the next thing coming up for Apple's operating system. But I'm with Carlos, having fun, learning how all of this stuff works, screen to stream between the different. Carlos, have you actually done it? And have you actually been able to move from screen to screen? Because I've been trying to play with it, and I needed to make sure I'm on the same system, on the Wi-Fi and whatever. Not available yet. Okay. All
Okay, now
right.
you feel better now because it's not available. You trying to do something that's not available yet, Dave.
Well,
So you're good.
yeah, I'm good now. I was like,
Thank
wait.
you, Carlos. That's
So,
good to know.
right. So, managing our mind,
Mhm.
we talked about not going down the dark alleys, but then don't let the bears on the bike be rolling around in your mind either, or the drunk monkeys having just freedom, just to just take you different places. The whole circus, tame that circus if
You know,
you've got one.
I was looking at, I was listening to the news today, and they were saying that one of the park rangers didn't lock their car, and a bear got in the car and was looking around it. You know, that's the way your mind is. If you don't lock in, focus in on something, here come the dancing bears and the jugglers and everybody else. The
The
whole
clown,
circus
the
is,
whole clowns, all the clowns in the car getting in.
you know what I'm saying? The whole circus can occupy your mind and you can't figure out, why can't I concentrate? So decide on the good morning. How are you this morning, Minister Priscilla? Uh, we just want you to know that focus on what you're focusing on. Think about what you're thinking about and manage your thoughts. You have the ability to manage your thoughts by merely saying, we have a parking lot as trainers. When something gets off topic, we say we're going to put that on the parking lot and revisit that. Just put it on the parking lot, guys, and stay focused on what you're working on, and come back because you've written it down on the parking lot, or in
You're
this
not going to
case, a
lose
piece of
that.
paper. You can revisit it later.
Remember the idea box that we created,
Oh
where
yeah,
you either you have a book with all your ideas, like Terry was saying, you have a book nearby. I like my composition books because they're cheap and I can just write in them whenever I want to. And then you have one for ideas or things that come up while you are focused and you get another thought of something that needs to be done. Put it over there. It could be called a master to-do list or something, but it's not going to invade and interrupt the process that you have right now.
exactly.
So managing your mind, it's going to take a little bit of work, but if you get your thoughts and managing your mind and get your thoughts managed, you will be so far ahead. You won't, and then this also deals with fear that you won't be getting into.
Mm.
Because you already know that I've already, things will not surprise you and get you off track because you've already gotten up in the morning and okay, we're managing the mind. Is that really true? You know, so you hear something, is it really true? Have you done the research? Well, they said, well, who is they and are they accurate?
And is it true for you?
Exactly. Well, you know, after a certain age, it's hard for you to lose weight, blah, 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 blah. Is that really true? It might be true for y'all, but is that true for you?
It's only true if I receive it, if I focus on that thought, if I receive that thought. That's why I said a lot of things you don't even need to, they shouldn't even make the list. Thoughts
Right.
can be like, oh, nobody's doing business because of yada, yada, yada. The devil is a lie. Look, there's business going on every day. People got to eat, sleep, drink, heat their houses. There is business. People still getting married. They're taking photographs. Stuff is still going on, people.
Right.
The question
And,
is, are you showing up in the marketplace?
right. Is it really true? So when we're doing mind management, when we're doing thought management, is it true for me? Is that really true for me? When that thought comes, is that really true?
Or am I going to be one of the people who come out of this pandemic a millionaire?
Is it basic question? We challenged the thought of the majority. Is that really true?
Mm-hmm.
Is it really? Is that true for me?
And
Will
are
I
they
not?
the majority?
Huh?
Are they the majority in my mind? You know what
Exactly. Are they the authority that I'm supposed to listen to? Or is it really true that I can't do something after a certain age? I think not.
There you go. Okay, well, today is First Monday. We want to remind everybody that we'll be back here at 4 p.m. for First Mondays. We'd love for you to come in and tell us all about your business so that we can share it with others. Will we be in the clubhouse this evening too?
Yes, we will be in the clubhouse. I was thinking about if I could have got a let's see, anyway, Facebook live audio room would be perfect for this.
Mm-hmm.
Karen says everyone needs a commonplace notebook. It helps you to note down things to get out of your head so that you can move forward with what you must. Exactly. A commonplace notebook. Just get it off your head and write it. And it doesn't need to be in order or anything. It's just a place you like. Here's my composition book. open the book and get it off your mind. Have several around the house or
Keep them
something,
handy.
just so that
Keep them handy.
right, so you can just get it off your mind.
And put it on the parking lot.
And Maureen says age is just a number. Yes, it is. There is cognitive age, and then there is chronological age.
Mm-hmm.
I operate off of cognitive age. Whatever I think I am, therefore I am. So I can be 26 as long as I want to.
I love it. I love it.
So thank you for tuning in for this morning's conversation. We really appreciate it. Think of yourself nicely. Think of yourself in a way that promotes your success. Think of yourself successful. That's all this is. Just thinking of, yes, you can do it. Yes, the success belongs to you. Yes, I can do it. I admire Carlos and all the stuff that he's doing in the live stream space and in every other endeavor. And Karen, Coach Karen, nothing stops her. Nothing stops any of you. Maureen.
Linda, you are amazing. You are a superhero down there in South Carolina.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you don't have to, you are doing these things.
You know something? I was looking back at all the things that I've done. How did I do that? Look, folks, you're amazing. You've done so much, and you're still doing bigger and better things.
So don't stop, because you cannot be defeated if you don't quit.
Don't rest on your laurels. We'll see you this evening at 4 for First Mondays with the Biz Chicks. Tune in then. Until then, remember to go to the front of your own line, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.